Hey there, Abundant Life. It's Thursday evening and just wanted to check in with you. And I also wanted to give you a little sneak peek of what I'll be talking about on Sunday. As you know, Mike and I have been going through the life of Jesus, and we've timed it so that we're talking about Jesus' death as we lead up to Easter Sunday. You'll never guess what we're going to talk about on Easter Sunday itself. I'll just leave that as a surprise. But actually for this Sunday, this Sunday coming up is the Sunday before Palm Sunday, and I decided to take a little bit of a detour and actually go back to a story from the life of Jesus that we studied almost a year ago. It's just with everything that's been going on right now, I found this story just to hold so much encouragement for us, and I think that we all need to be encouraged right now. So this Sunday, we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 14, verses 22 to 33, and it's the passage where Jesus walks on the water, and then he invites Peter to step out of the boat onto the water with him. And there are a few things that really jump out to me from this story, and I'm not going to spoil my whole sermon here, but I do want to share one observation with you right now that I thought was pretty amazing. And that is, I think it's noteworthy that Jesus calls Peter out of the boat before he calms the storm. Did you think about that? Jesus, obviously, in this story, has the power to quiet the wind and the waves, and he's going to do that eventually. But rather than do that right away, he first invites Peter to take a really big step of faith and to experience the storm from an entirely different perspective. Jesus doesn't, ask Peter to take baby steps here. He doesn't say, hey, let's calm the storm and then practice walking on water. He says, while the wind is blowing, while the waves and the swells are immense, I want you to come and step out onto the water. I don't have all the answers for what's going on in the world today because nobody does. But what if Jesus is inviting us, like Peter, to step out of the boat, to trust him, and to experience him in the midst of this big storm? I'm not saying that's an easy thing to do, and it's certainly not something I've done perfectly. But here's the other cool thing that we see in this story is that Peter doesn't do it perfectly either. He takes his eyes off Jesus, and he begins to sink. But Jesus is right there to pick him back up. And Jesus, I believe, is right here with you and with me too, as we navigate through these rough waters of this season that we're in. So anyways, I'm really excited to dive into this story with you even more on Sunday. And until then, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. We'll see you soon.